Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are prepping for the 4th trimester, aka postpartum. I feel like at this point I'm 37 weeks. I have most everything ready for the birth and the baby. I'm looking right now at my birth tub that's blown up here in our room and the bassinet. I feel like I have everything done nesting wise, but the one thing I haven't done yet is prep postpartum items for me, or done some other things for postpartum that I want to do to set myself and my family up for success. So today we're going to kind of go over what I got for postpartum. I'm really excited to not be in the hospital because you don't have to spend any time in the hospital. Like, I will give birth here and then I'll be in my space immediately and have everything set up exactly how I want it to be set up. But it does mean that you have to be a little bit more prepared when it comes to supplies, since the hospital obviously won't be giving us anything. And then as far as pain management and pain relief after birth, I'm trying to make sure that I'm prepared, because my last birth, like, I was on some pretty heavy pain relief medication in those first few hours, days, even medication up to a couple weeks after giving birth. But this time I won't be given that automatically, and I don't want to be on pain medication if I don't have to be. And so I have some natural alternatives that we're going to try. I'll talk you through what I got and why I got some of these things. And yeah, we'll set up baskets. I like to have baskets in both the upstairs and the downstairs bathroom. That way I don't have to run up and down the stairs early postpartum if I happen to be downstairs and need to use the bathroom. So we'll get these set up and where they need to go. And I have a lot of stuff actually left over from my last birth from the hospital that I just packaged up and saved. So we're gonna go through that first, open that up, use that, and then I bought some new stuff for when I run out of that. So in this bag I have 7 pairs of period underwear and 7 pairs of shorts. These are the Frida boy shorts that are really nice to just put a pad in. I think I started with these for most early on postpartum, just wearing a diaper. It's kind of the easiest way to go. So we'll put these in the basket to use primarily upstairs, but also downstairs. And I bought some more of the period underwear for when I run out of these early on, but that's what we'll set up first. My system last time postpartum was to use one of these pads. These are pads that the hospital gave me. I put one of these pads in the boy shorts, and then initially I would use one of the ice pack pads, put it in there, layer it with some Tux pads, like layer a few, like a sub sandwich on the ice pack pad, and then spray it with Dermaplast. So I have Dermaplast and Tux pads and some ice packs left over. So I'll do that same system probably initially. And then I bought this new perineal spray that has some of the same ingredients as the Dermaplast, just more natural to use when I run out of the Dermaplast. And then I also know that the Frida perineal pads that are similar to the Tux pads are nice, because these are just little circles that you have to line up in the pad, versus the Frida ones are just a long strip. So if I run out of these or need more of these, I'll probably get the Frida ones. And then I also have 2 peri bottles. One, it's like the hospital style peri bottle, and then the Frida peri bottle that I'll keep, one upstairs and one downstairs for cleaning things out and going to the bathroom, because when you go to the bathroom postpartum, it really helps to spray water, warm water, constantly as you pee. Okay, the stuff I had left over from my first birth filled up those baskets pretty well. So I'm just going to put the ice packs, the period underwear, and the pads that I got in my bathroom on the shelf for now, because we have a nice shelf in our bathroom. I did want to share though, this brand of pads, the Rail, however you say it, the organic cotton. pads are the brand that I've switched to when it comes to period products. So I've used these for a few months before getting pregnant now. I really like them. They're easy, but they also just have all the good stuff and none of the bad stuff in them. So that's what we'll be using once we run out of all the other stuff. I'm not going to be wasteful and just get rid of all the other stuff, but this is what I'll be purchasing moving forward, is this brand. Okay, now I'm going to talk through some of the stuff that I have in this basket. This basket will also be in my bathroom. Upstairs, I already mentioned I have the perineal spray in here that I'll keep for down there. I'll probably be doing the pad, Tux pad, and perineal spray for quite a while after birth. I remember doing that for at least like a week or two, if not more, postpartum. So that's what I'll be doing down there until the flow slows a little bit. But then as far as pain relief, I got these Cyclese cramps melt-away tablets from Boyren, the brand. This is a homeopathic medicine brand that I've come to really like, and I know that obviously period cramps are a little different than postpartum cramps, but I figured same pain, same uterus, it could be applicable, so I got some of those to try. I have just some acetaminophen, but from Genexa, the cleaner medicine brand. I have this After Ease tincture. I'm no scientist, but this supplement has some herbs and some other ingredients in it that are known to help shrink the uterus and ease those afterbirth pains, which I heard get worse the more babies you have. Plus, again, being at home, it'll be a little different, so we'll see. I might resort to like traditional pain relief, and that's fine. I just want to do what I can to avoid it if possible. I also have some of this active skin repair spray for any of the topical issues that go on down there. I'm really hoping not to tear, doing a lot to prevent that, but have this in the case of any stinging or anything like that. I have, actually this is something that my massage therapist gave me. It's basically like, what is it called? Biofreeze? What's the stuff you roll on sore muscles? Biofreeze? I think that's what it's called. But this is like a clean lotion version of that she uses when she does my massages sometimes, that I know will feel good on certain muscles that have been working really hard throughout labor. So I have that, some of that she gave me. I have also, this came with the perineal spray. This is All the Earth Mama brand. It's a herbal sitz bath. We actually don't have a bathtub in this house, but I bought a sitz bath for our toilet. To do sitz baths postpartum, I really want to try to maximize doing those because I know that they really help with relief down there. And then I have some of this perineal balm too to try. The 3-part system came together, so hopefully that'll work out. And then other things I have in here are just some stool softener that I had left over from last time, some vitamin E oil for down there. This is for during labor too, when I'm getting ready to push. I'll put this on to try to prevent tearing. So that's just a bit of the stuff that I have in this basket for healing and pain postpartum. Again, I'm still going to do a little bit more research, see if I want to buy any more things, but in the world that we live in with Amazon and Instacart and all that, I can get things the next day if I find that I need them. I don't want to buy a bunch of stuff that I don't end up using, so we'll see what the midwives recommend based on how I'm feeling postpartum and go with that. Okay, the last thing I wanted to talk about up here was breastfeeding and things I'm doing to prepare for pain, breastfeeding if I experience any pain, and just the breastfeeding journey in general. I have lanolin. This is what I used on my nipples for pain relief, just because it's a very clean option for that. I have almost ordered Silverettes like 5 different times now for this postpartum. However, I didn't use them last time. I made it through those first couple weeks without them. I can see why they'd be nice, but like I mentioned a few minutes ago, I don't want to buy things that I don't need, and so I figured I could just wait, and if I realize I really want them, I'll order them. It feels a little bit contrary to me to not have them ready right away, but I'm like, I don't want to spend the money if I don't need them. So I'm going to hold off. Other things I have in this breastfeeding basket, I'll call it. I have some nursing pads that I'll get out and put a few in here. I have my hand pump, which I need to find the like a lever for. I think it's downstairs. And I have my Hakas for the morning feed is when I used these last time. Liz and I did a whole episode on the podcast talking about breastfeeding, so if you want to hear about breastfeeding and my experience and my tips, definitely go watch that episode. The other thing I'm going to put in here in this basket is a bunch of snacks, because sitting in my chair postpartum, I don't want to have to walk downstairs to get snacks when I'm hungry at 2 a.m. Because yeah, breastfeeding makes you starving. At least it did for me early on. It regulates eventually, but I was hungry. I also grabbed out my 2 nursing covers. These will stay downstairs because obviously I don't need to be covered up when I'm upstairs. A few last things I wanted to show you guys. I have this hot water dispenser that I think I want to try to put bone broth in for postpartum to keep up here. Just those like initial couple days, I want to be drinking lots of bone broth, lots of warm liquids for my insides. I also will have a Brita filter up here for water, so I can constantly be filling my water bottle. And you saw I have lots of electrolytes. Let's see, I have to put away, I got some new towels, new sheets, and then I just bought on Amazon, since it was Prime Day, I decided to go ahead and buy a matching set. Matching sets were really easy postpartum. So I bought this one, just a button top and stretchy pants, and then I bought my husband a shirt at Target the other day, a neutral shirt, because he has no neutral shirts. All his shirts are like blue or green or colored. So I bought him that particularly for pictures. We went ahead and scheduled an in-home newborn session for postpartum. That's one thing that we didn't do with our first that I kind of regret. I wish we had some family pictures and some newborn pictures of him. And I took pictures myself, but it's nice to have somebody else come in and take pictures for you, especially with the toddler. I'm really excited to have a photographer come in the house. So I've yet to figure out exactly what I'm gonna wear. I think I'm gonna wear a dress for that, and I have a little sweater for baby girl and a sweater for Weston, just sticking with the neutral colors. For that, it'll be super casual, just on our couch or in our bed or something like that. That's just one thing I had on my postpartum to-do list, is just having outfits ready for that. I have another matching set that I wore home from the hospital last time. So between the two of these, dresses, still postpartum, I feel like will be easy. Sweatpants, pajamas, I feel like we'll be set. One last thing in here, I do have my nursing chair all set up with my nursing pillow and this tap light. I don't know if this is the one I'm actually going to use right here. Ideally I would have a red light for nighttime feedings, but we have this chair in our bedroom because it was easier for me to feed in a chair first time around than it was in the bed. She'll be in here with us and it'd be easy to just bring her and feed her in bed, obviously, but we have this in here so I can just pop over here. I think the reason it was easier is because I did the football hold mostly instead of the cradle or sideline hold for breastfeeding, so the chair was the easiest for that. So we have all this set up for postpartum too, and I feel like I'm going to be spending a lot of time here. Got a nice stool for my coffee, reading light. I would really like a Kindle. I feel like a Kindle for postpartum would make a huge difference, because it's hard to read a book because you kind of need 2 hands. Maybe I'm high maintenance, but I feel like I need 2 hands for a book. But a Kindle, you could read, and like it'd be similar to scrolling, like the ease of it, but not scrolling, if you know what I mean. We'll see. I do have my heating pad up here for postpartum too, if I want to use that. Okay, the last thing I wanted to do for postpartum prep was do a little bit of meal preparation. And so we did a few breakfast items, a few dinners, got a few easy things from the store to have on hand. And then I also made lactation cookies, and bone broth, which will all be in the next video. So I'm gonna end this one here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that this video was fun and informative for you if you are a first-time mom or a second-time mom. I feel like I'm always learning new things. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.